Hey guys, Happy New Year. If you're new to my Connect Pal site, welcome. And if you've been practicing with me for a while, I'm so looking forward to sharing the new year with you. A couple of years ago, I had traveled to India for the first time. And when I was there, we visited the site where the Buddha gave the Dharma. And this is a really beautiful site that for me brought up a lot of emotion and a lot of connection. As we arrived to the site, there was a group of Nepalese monks sitting in a circle and chanting the Dharma, chanting the Dhammapada the way that the Buddha would have. I kneeled down somewhat nearby, a few feet away, maybe 5 or 6 feet, closed my eyes and started to listen to them as they chanted. A little while later, I heard a sound off in the distance, and I opened my eyes only to see the oldest monk who was there frantically waving at me. And at first, my reaction was, oh my God, I've done something wrong. I'm in a sacrilegious spot. I'm not supposed to be here. All of these feelings of not belonging or somehow separate coming up. But what I realized after a moment was that this monk was waving at me and waving me over to him. So I hurriedly got myself up and stepped over to where he was, and he handed me his iPad, turned it to the photo function, and asked me to take photographs of them as they sat and chanted. And this brought up for me such a funny moment of realizing that so much of the division that we see in the world comes from the division that we experience in our minds. Whether it's yoga or meditation or pranayama or all three, yoga, encompassing all three, is a process of union. It's a process of coming back together again. And inside of that union that happens on our mat or on our meditation cushion, we start to heal the divide that's often in the mind. And as we heal the divide that's in the mind, we heal any division in the body, so that when we step out of practice, we see a more unified connection, not only to self, but to other, that things are not so separate, or not as separate as they might seem. And this is really important, especially for us here today in the US, because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And what Dr. King really taught was this intention that benevolence is a quality that we have to cultivate within, so that we can take benevolence outside of us and out into the world to make a difference. Dr. King was famous for saying, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And so as you step into this year of yoga, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's at home or in community, online, or in multiple places, I hope that your yoga brings you a sense of union within self and as a result with other. And that here we can connect with each other and carry the practice forward into a really beautiful new year. I look forward to sharing some exciting practices with you. And this week I'll be launching a 3-part Yoga for Digestion series. These will be short 30-minute practices just to keep the digestive fire going. In the early months of the year, at least here in the US, they can be somewhat colder months, and it can be a time where maybe physically we feel a little bit lethargic. And so this isn't about the flat belly, this isn't about tons of core work, this isn't about achieving some particular tone in the stomach. This is about healthy digestion. Because what we know for sure is that when we're digesting our food really well, when there's heat and fire in the digestive region, we feel our best. I know for myself that when I started practicing yoga and developed a deeper meditation practice, that over time, unhealthy foods naturally started to fall away. And something that was new for me was that naturally fruits and vegetables started appearing more and more into my diet. And I wanted those things. That was something I had never experienced before. I had never experienced craving a vegetable. But as we start to find our yoga practice and our meditation practice impacting us maybe in the choices that we make, and we start to see the impact that that has on our digestion, what I found for myself was that it began to heal me on a much deeper level. That throughout the course of a single day, my energy was much higher and sustained that way. I started to find that little bouts of sadness or depression that I might have been prone to in the past, or anxiety, that became increasingly less and less. That as my digestion improved, my emotional state and my mental health really also began to improve. And so it's really beautiful to see how maybe yoga and meditation start to come with us off our mat in increasingly important ways. So I'll look forward to sharing these 3 practices with you over the course of the next week and a half or so. If you're interested in exploring some of this insight, there's a great author and ultra-marathon athlete by the name of Rich Roll. And he has a podcast called the Rich Roll Podcast. And in one of his episodes, he speaks with a doctor by the name of Robin Chetnick. And she's famous for studying the microbiome in the body. So inside of the digestive region, all of the different things that can be going on in the colon and the digestive tract that science is now showing supports some of what we might be experiencing both on and off our mat as an impact of our practice. So maybe something as an extra resource for you to check out. So together, I look forward to sharing 2016. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to expanding our community. And I look forward to getting both on and off the mat with you. That this is so much of what our practice is about. Union, coming together, and sharing this practice in beautiful and dynamic ways. Remembering that the separation that we so often can feel inside can be lessened when we take this time to become whole within, giving our body, our breath, and our mind the focus that it needs and deserves, so that as we heal inside, we start to heal our relationships outside. So in honor of 2016, I'm excited to share this time with you. Namaste.